Good morning. Saturday morning. Max and I got out to our spot here. Whoa, kind of late. It's 10:30 or so, so nothing's really set up. We're gonna walk through, figure out. I forgot her run line today, and that kind of sucks. So what we'll have to do, maybe we'll rig something up. I think I have some pull cord and try to be a little bit creative in building her a run line with that. So I think that's what we're going to work on now. But otherwise, beautiful morning. Just absolutely beautiful. Take a look around here. Really grown over right now with the ferns. The sun's popping out. Look at that. Quite wonderful. Maggers. Mags, say hello to all your fans. No, not having any of that right now. Maybe eat some grass, throw up, giant yak. You know, these are the things that she likes to do, especially when she's out in the woods. So, that's what we're going to do. We're going to get this line set up. Maybe clean up just a little bit and get a small fire going and a cup of coffee. See what we're going to do for breakfast. Okay, again, so we're back. Forgot the dog's run line, right? We already talked about that. So I ran a piece of that pull tape. Again, that stuff they use on construction sites. Got that from Corporal Kelly. Pretty amazing, pretty cool. That's the same stuff we built the suspension beds out of a couple of months back. It was pretty good. But it's really slick. It doesn't have a lot of bite to it, like compared to bank line or even paracord. But the paracord will run with it. See, watch this. That's just a simple bowline up there, and it runs pretty well. Of course, now the dog doesn't want to move. She's not in demonstration mode right now, but it runs pretty well. We got, I don't know, close to 50 foot set up, 40 feet. Not bad. So she'll have a little bit to maneuver with. And if this piece of paracord is too short, I don't know if we'll get her over to where I want to put the fire. But if it's too short, we'll just cut another piece. I have some more here. What I'm pointing out now is how much damage the gypsy moth caterpillars did to this section of forest. I mean, right over here, bad, real bad. Just decimated these trees. Hopefully they're, some of them are starting to come back, but I don't think all of them will. Look at this guy. Fried, just dead as a doornail. Not great. They went to town, and you can see these little suckers. Yeah, now they're in moth mode. See? Look at that, female, I believe. And you got some dead ones just hanging out. You got some of their little cocoons. And these pieces here, that's where they crystallize into moss. But man, they are everywhere on these trees. Look at it. Just everywhere. But at least there's no caterpillars left, because they're nasty. We were out here a month and a half ago, and I know we had a little bit of footage with some of them on there, but it did not do justice to how bad they were. I don't know why we stayed out, probably because we had a couple too many adult beverages and we're not suited to drive at that point, but they were not fun at all. Some friends of ours went out camping, camper camping, and it was so bad their 3-day weekend turned into 24 hours or less, and that was at a campground. So it didn't really matter. They just They just were all over the place this year. Very, very, very troubling. Not fun. They're definitely not fun. So today we brought out the MSR Elixir 3. That's enough room for me in the pit bull, for sure. Some gear. I really like this tent. The only thing I didn't like was because I use this tent a lot in the winter too, or I did. What I didn't like is I broke a pole, okay? And it was probably my fault. It was winter, it was probably icy. Probably did not handle I think I was shaking out the tent, right? And so I contacted MSR. Of course, you can't get anyone on the phone. That's just utterly impossible. But went through their customer service, shot some photos, sent them over to them, and said, "Look, I'll replace the pole. I want to replace the poles. I'll buy new ones. Whatever it takes. I'll buy a whole new pole set. Even if it's 40, $50. I don't care. It's okay. I just, it was my fault. I want to fix it." And they said, well, my automated response, I believe it was automated response, said, well, we'll get back to you, in March or something because we're really backed up. And we're talking, this is December of 2020. And I haven't heard back from them. So, their customer service, thumbs down. Not great. Could have been better. Definitely could have been better. Now, do I still love the tent? Yeah, absolutely. I've taken this tent around, and it has definitely worked well. It's never leaked on me. The seams are great. The stitching seems great. There's no fraying. I like the gear shed attachment I have for it. The gear shed is super cool. That adds quite a bit of volume. I didn't bring it this time. Just got out, like I said, just hit the road, got out last night. But yeah, good tent. But man, it's just so disappointing with the customer service. Whoa, sorry, I'm zooming in a little bit here. Just not great. So, do I recommend it? Yeah, I recommend the tent. Just don't break it so you don't have to contact customer service. Lots of space, good headroom. It vents well. It was kind of warm last night when we got out here. It vented well. Um, I certainly think it vents better. I have an Elixir 1 person. Again, a super nice tent, but I get a little claustrophobic feeling in that thing. Just that one person tent's kind of smashy, but that's the way it goes. I got to get this campsite picked up and get my coffee going. Out. Okay, a couple things since last time we checked in here. Got pretty warm, pretty sunny out here, so the pit bull demanded some shade. She is out, but we hung a tarp for her so she'd have some shade, keep her water a little cooler. Also, all right, so Mags and I just had to bail out for a little bit. We ran out of water. Brought 2.5 gallons, well, a little less than that, but right in that bracket. Plus we packed a 48-ounce Nalgene and a couple of 16-ounce Propels, just flavored water things. And we burned through all of that water in less than 24 hours. It was pretty hot today. Now, the good news is where we're at, we're only literally a 5-minute, 10-minute car ride away from the campground. What is it, Twin Lakes or Twin Woods campground right off of US 10 here. So, we just grabbed our waters and went and topped those off. So we are fully restocked now. Plus, it gave her a chance to cool off. She got a little warm. Got a little warm, didn't you, Max? So she didn't mind jumping in the car and cooling down for a minute. All right, so tools. That thing works pretty good. Here's what happened. So let me show you here. We have this. This is the idea, right? But you can see when I split it originally, a sliver of it popped free. And I did not realize that. I did not do enough due diligence in checking the two halves. So I'm missing that triangle there. This part here is where the crack was. I chinked that with the cordage, with the bank line, number 9 bank line, and I think that will work. Now here's the bad thing. Look at all that. We did a lot of work getting this bad boy hollowed out. Right? And it's basically useless. But still the experience of doing it, and I'm pretty sure we can get it to work. Got to try again. Just got to find a better piece of wood to work with and take a little more time with that. So I'm going to walk this setup real quick. Nothing crazy. Again, the MSR Elixir 3. Got the gold armor tarp up here. This is the, this is like a 10 by 11 or thereabouts. Although I'm not, I kind of like these tarps. They're okay. There's lots of attachment points. Although these grommet spots are kind of small. I wish that the rings were just a little larger. See, this is a little tiny because what happens is when you have paracord and you go ahead and like I usually do bowl-ins here, and I'll just set my bowl-in through and then do a wrap through. And that tends to work pretty good. Then on my working end, I can do whatever I want, whether it's just hitches or taut lines, trucker's hitch, whatever. But then you get in here and the knot, the bowline knot here, sometimes is just too large for that eyelet. But, that's what you're working with, I guess. But overall, I do like the tarps. I've got a couple of them. Got a little taut line hitch here. Woo! Right there. Over here, whammo. A little longer. Last time I was out in this neck of the woods, I did this, but I had too short a piece of paracord. Had to do a taut line this time. Trucker's hitch. Trucker's hitch on this particular bend right here, way better. And what I did is I just did I stole that from Corporal Kelly. Just did a double wrap. I think he got it from, gosh, I don't recall where he said he picked that up at, but that's a pretty cool way to set that hitch right there, that trucker's hitch, just going around twice right there. And then I just took it back. There wasn't much cordage left, and I just did a couple wraps around. No big deal. Gosh, these moths can die. Let them all die. Same kind of jazz over here. only this time I just I did a Pro 6 off the ridge line. It's pretty simple. I'm a big fan now of using these toggles, using the bowline end, popping the working end through, toggling it out. It's super easy to adjust. I could tie all this stuff off, but in all honesty, the pit bull just kind of liked having a little shade, and that's all that it was about. So it worked out just fine. But it turned out to be a really gorgeous day. Almost too warm though, I tell you. It got pretty warm out here. Summer. Bugs, not that bad except for the damn moss, but mosquitoes are about zero. No mosquito problem. Not yet. The ground is not exceptionally dry or moist. It's just enough. Like you're not worried too much about tinders flying or anything like that. Although the fire pit got dug out, so we're feeling pretty good about that. But just a pretty awesome day. Pretty awesome. Apparently last time I was out, I made some havoc. I got some work to do on the edge on my council tool axe. I really like that axe. I'm gonna get this part worked on here over a little bit at a time. Get that sanded. It's all fire hardened, so you can use this as a hammer. I kind of like that. You're not worried about the head getting loosened. I mean, it still might, but I kind of like the axe. Is it worth the money? I don't know. I like the Husqvarna axe I had originally a lot too. That was about 65 bucks for a 20-inch axe or 22, something like that. Similar size as this one. But I couldn't find replacement handles for it, and in all honesty, I don't have access to the kind of good quality dried kiln lumber that I should have to start doing them. Not that I have anywhere near the skills or the tools to start crafting my own axe handles, but maybe in the future we'll get there. But you couldn't find good replacements. That's a little disappointing. And they stopped making that particular axe, which doesn't make sense to me. Got the Silky Big Boy out here. This saw is, love the saw. This is definitely the real deal here. I read it. Look at that. Too close, too far. It says professional, and it sure is. That saw is very sharp. Very sharp. Like it. I would definitely recommend it. They a couple bucks more than comparables, maybe, but that reliability, and that it's working and it's getting through the materials out here that we're finding, the oaks and of course the pines. It rips through the pine. Like the pine's not even there, it just goes so quick. But all right, dinner time. Getting some chow going. Did not get original. Did steaks. Can of corn. May do up some instant mashed potatoes. We'll see if the Mags really wants those or not. She probably does. She's all about the taters. Taters, potatoes. Yeah, she loves those. But that's chow.